Okay.
I reckon it's going to Ryan.
Okay.
Welcome to Pantera Part 4.
Yes, Pantera Part 4. I don't know why he's going on about Pantera, but there you go.
This is Phil suddenly with his getting ready for a heavyweight title fight look with the towel on his head.
So we just missed the end of sort of Reese's take on the Ravens, which can get us nicely sort of into our Super Bowl predictions. Apart from Phil, I don't think any of us will have the Steelers in February. So somebody else can go first for a change. I just want your Super Bowl, your two sort of teams that are going to be in it, your winner, and then a dark horse. Just one dark horse who you think might do well. Is Lee around?
Fucking hell, a dark horse.
I'll let somebody else go first because I completely forgot to do.
A dark horse.
No. So I want your AFC and your NFC representatives.
Right. I think it's going to be the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't see any other way that they're not going to get into it again. They're a great team. From what I've seen, they're consistent. They're a short-term team. They're not built for the long term. But they said that, didn't they, when they got all the signings in and so on. Now, who could be the other one for the AFC? Okay, let me tell you a story about the Carolina Anoles. Have you ever heard of them?
We've got 40 minutes, Phil.
Someone get a lute or a guitar or something, and we can have a bit of background for this.
I've got a harmonica somewhere. Give me 2 minutes.
Shall I just sing Hotel California?
Is actually,
no, I hate the Eagles, man. The team and the band.
Okay, so the Carolina Anoles is actually a green lizard, and it's not that fucking gecko. That little bastard can fuck off. Right.
Done nothing to you.
True story. It's actually it talks.
It's just lizardist.
Just all it wants to do is sell you better insurance, man. That's it.
Absolutely bollocks. Yeah. Don't trust a lizard that tries to sell you insurance. That's all I'm going to say. Right. Literally, the Carolina Anole, otherwise known as the green lizard, is actually from Florida. So why they call it the Carolina Anole, God knows. But there you go. Right. Literally, 15 years ago, this is it. 15 years ago, it literally lived on the floor around the trees of Florida, eating insects, living life. And then his cousin.
35 minutes, Phil.
His cousin, the brown lizard, hopped on in. And he stayed here. True story, this, right? An invasive species, literally, right? He came in, and the green lizard's like, whoa, what the fuck am I going to do? The brown lizard was eating all the green lizard's food. And within the case of 15 years, guess what happened? Anyone have a guess?
When the green lizard went on to sell insurance?
Nope, fuck that shit. It's not that low. You know what he did? Evolution. Evolution, yeah.
Brilliant.
And what he actually did, and this is true story, this,
yeah.
Over the course of 15 years, which is about 25 generations of lizards, he actually developed extra sticky feet.
Okay.
Cheers, David Attenborough.
And now, but that's the key. The reason why he developed extra sticky feet is so the green lizard evolved, and what it did was instead of going like on the ground eating insects, it moved up into the trees, and now it's fully thriving. And that is exactly what the Steelers are right now. Yeah, we are the green lizards.
A really long analogy.
Yeah.
I didn't think you could get worse than dragonflies, but you felt done yourself.
He's done it.
He's done it.
And in fact, someone did a bit of science behind it, right? And it said, because this is literally over 15 years, that's all it took for the green lizards to evolve. And if that was a human, a 5-foot human over the same period, if it was that fast and evolved, would be 6.5 foot. Think about that for a minute. Yeah, that's mega. Yeah. Right. So I'm telling you right now, the Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl. You heard it here. I put a bet on for 10 quid. I want 800 and something quid. Right? It's happening. We are going to surprise the shit out of everyone. And I absolutely mean that. Everyone's right us on. But you know what? We've got 2 decent quarterbacks.
Phil, you owe me 10 minutes. You owe me 10 minutes of my life.
The worst segue ever.
This analysis. This analysis.
LinkedIn, man.
This analysis was brought to you by Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
You know what cracks me up is that he's thought about this obviously all afternoon.
I have.
But couldn't be fucking asked to have a look at the schedule to get what record the Steelers actually have.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's what I do.
Absolute rough.
From school.
Gift that I keep doing.
So
what gift? So I'm telling you right now, we are going to be in the Super Bowl.
Okay. So Steelers Rams.
Rams.
Steelers
are going to win.
Okay.
Yeah, of course we are.
Dark horse, but don't ramble on about it.
To win the Super Bowl, I'm going to say 49ers.
Okay, decent shape. Okay, Callum.
So I'm going Buffalo. I think just to the most all-rounded team in the.
They don't win Super Bowls, Buffalo.
And then I'm going same with Phil with the NFC. I'm going the LA Rams. I can't see anyone else really.
Cool.
Challenging.
Okay.
I'm really thinking about this for the dark horse though. First thought was, like I mentioned, Carolina. Then I was thinking Jets, but then Zach Wilson's injured. Yeah. But no, I'm going with the LA Chargers for my dark horse. I think I said this to someone on Twitter. I think they'll win the AFC West this year.
Okay.
Big shape.
That's my bold prediction.
Okay. Stephen?
Yeah, so I'm surprised everyone's gone for the Rams, but I have to go to the because I thought the general consensus between like all the experts was like Green Bay. Like there's so many people who thought Green Bay getting to the final. I can't see it. I can't. I think they're putting their eggs in all the basket of Rodgers and just hoping you can do.
I don't get it. It's ridiculous.
They can do magic with like with rookies and Alan Lazard, and I just can't see it really. I think there's going to be a right struggle with them. So I think Rams are going back, and I think it's going to be an all LA encounter. I think the Chargers are going to get to the dance.
Interesting.
They look solid. I think they're going to sneak through in the. I think they're going to be top of the AFC West. I think they're going to.
God, the West could go anywhere, couldn't it?
Yeah.
The idea of being
exactly at the minute it's a toss-up, but I think they could just their strength of schedule's kind of
okay.
Well, the
only thing about Chargers, I don't want them to succeed. And
what after where they left San Diego?
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to see Spanos. I don't want to see Spanos lift in the Lombardi Trophy. I don't want that.
For me, it's just a really shit logo. I mean, Chargers got the shittest logo.
Can't win the Super Bowl. Shit logo.
You can't win. You can't win a Super Bowl with that crap logo. It's a bad advert for our sport that we love. To have an absolutely wank logo like that. It's just bollocks. I mean, it was absolutely shit.
I think
worse than the Cardinals one.
Mack and JC Jackson. I think the defense will be really good.
Chargers.
And obviously Herbert's got lots of weapons. His protection improved in front of him.
Herbert's just incredible. He had the similar stats to Brady or something like that. So and yet he's 44th in the top 100.
Yep.
No.
We never pay attention to those.
Don't talk about that. Because that will trigger me if you talk. Because honestly, the amount of people online that were saying it was, well done Brady, it was so well deserved.
That's who Pickett reminds me of. He's Herbert.
Aaron Donald should be one. TJ Watt should have been two, I think.
Yeah.
I switch off on the top 100.
No.
As soon as they start talking about the top 100, I'm like,
it's a bit dull viewing, to be fair. Really.
It's not top 100, right? It probably is the top.
But it is players who vote for it. So it's like,
but it's not right. Right now, he's not. Right now, he's not. Yeah. He didn't have a super strong season last year. And I'm not saying he's bad, and he's still playing fantastic for his age, but it's not like, he's not the best quarterback in the NFL right now. But you want to expect him to be.
No, not even close.
So he can't be the top. He can't be number one. He can't be. It's impossible. It's a popularity contest. It's also bollocks.
Yeah. Speaking of quarterbacks, who's everyone's pick for the MVP trophy?
Good question.
Allen's mine.
Who is yours?
Josh Allen. Yeah.
I think Wilson could come back really, really strong.
But he's got to get. I like Jerry Judy's got to show up.
Yeah. He's got to have the pieces around him.
AJ Hamler's got to show up.
But I think he can have an MVP.
Russell Wilson's going to be interesting because, like, I've not seen much of him in a Denver uniform, and that's what's. It's quite interesting with Wilson actually because he's already signed a contract extension, and he's not actually played an in-season game with Denver yet. So he's already signed a contract, and then he's doing an extension. So they've obviously seen something which is promising.
No, I think the contract that he had, it was transferred over for his last contract in Seattle. It's just Denver have put an extension on it because I think there were only a couple of years left on it.
Right. Okay. I see. Right. That makes more sense. Okay. This is why you're a journalist, Cal. You know this shit. I don't. So there we go.
Yeah, but what you don't know about lizards ain't worth knowing.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Stephen, have you got a dark horse?
Yeah.
Content.
Yeah. I'm a bit torn, but I'm going with the Eagles. I think. Just they look when you've got two ex-Georgia Bulldogs in Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean on your defense, and then you've got AJ Brown on offense. They've got some nice pieces. It seems they look a lot more balanced now than.
Do you think the last time they got to?
Well, he got to the playoffs last season. You know, it's one of those where it's like I don't know. It's that's the crux, isn't it? It's he's just got to prove himself. But I mean, he's got a team there to. If you look at it on paper, it could go places. But yeah.
Do you think? Rookies this year, because like it's not been a quarterback-based draft, if you know what I mean. There's been a lot more importance on the rookies that have been selected.
Yeah.
To immediately perform. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, like the Steelers way is to be cautious, develop, and blah blah blah. But I'm getting like a sort of sense of rush, if that makes sense. So all the teams that have been selected, like all the rookies, all through the draft and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised to see him the majority of them, for sure, actually in the first team from game.
That's why I'm seeing the Georgia players more than anything. Players from Georgia,
I think their scheme as well is very NFL friendly. There,
but the SEC in general has always been the consensus. If you want an NFL player, you go to Southeast because that is just where they come from.
And the sheer numbers that came out of that draft.
Mad.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Apparently, this is the first season since '97 that a rookie quarterback isn't starting in week one.
Yes, I think I read
that before we started.
So very interesting.
And it was the first time in a while that a running back wasn't selected in the first round. I can't remember since when, but it was a while.
Yeah, wow.
Another start.
Just shows the value, I guess.
First time ever. Steelers and Bengals are playing in week one.
Really?
Together.
Wow.
Together. That's an odd
That's
start.
odd. You would have thought they would have had it.
Show people. It's a fact-based show. So yes.
There you go.
What's the last couple of games for the Steelers? Just because I've not got the schedule.
Ravens and Browns
as per usual.
Yeah.
I was about to say let's get the division games out of the way first, but that's not happening.
At Ravens, home to the Browns. Yeah.
At least we get one. At least we get one Browns game where Deshaun isn't there. At least that's a bonus.
But we also get a game where we get the
that.
opportunity that TJ Watt can break Watson.
Yes.
Excellent. The thing is with that, on an interesting note, is 11 games. I'm not going to lie. Even when he comes back, he's not going to make a big impact.
No,
because the thing is, right? Not only have you got 11 games where he's not played the entire season.
He's not playing.
He didn't play last year.
Yes.
He didn't play last year either.
Yes.
So it's like
no one is saying that.
18 months. He's got 18 months where he's not played an actual competitive NFL game.
I love it that the first game is playing against Houston as well.
It's Houston. Well, that
wasn't planned at all.
Yeah, no, the league has absolutely correlated that for sure. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that the Browns truly, as the organization,
it's a fuck up of an organization. I really hate the Browns.
How many players are going to be in that locker room and see Deshaun Watson come in and be like, yeah, this is our guy. Not to mention the money that he's getting, and then not to mention the number of picks that they've actually had to pay to get it.
Brilliant.
I mean, that's a gamble and a half, and it's not going to work.
They've got 2 to 3 years as well, because they've got to start paying people at the beginning of the third season of Watson's contract.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, like all the other players and stuff like that as well. And it's like, that's huge. That's a huge drain on the resources.
Okay.
Not like the Saints.
Cool. Reese, what's your Super Bowl?
It's hard for the AFC. It's hard to look past the Bills, isn't it? I know it sounds boring. I know everyone's picking them. I know everyone's got them pretty much guaranteed and penned in. But you see what they did at the end of last year, and it's not. I think it's also an emotional pick for a lot of people because it's such a outside of the AFC East. I don't think there's too many fans out there that are that bothered about the idea of the Bills. And I think people have got bored with the Chiefs. People are, the kind of dynasty franchises now are kind of on the way out. I'd be more than happy with the Bills Super Bowl run, to be honest. And it's weird, but the AFC is so competitive, and yet I think the Bills are definitely the team to beat. For the NFC,
I think that the Bills. Think about the Bills. This is my problem with the Bills. The choke.
No lizards.
Well,
I mean, they should have won it last year. They should have won it.
Did they choke though? Did they? With the deepest of respect, did they choke or did they just lose? Did they just lose a coin toss? Exactly. And I know that's. I don't want to blame the postseason rules. Blah blah blah.
Shonky calls. There was some shonky calls in that game as well against them.
There were some bad calls, and I think
Josh Allen did his best for the 13 seconds at the end that they allowed Mahomes to drive down the field in 30 seconds. You could
criticize him for that. Yeah,
that's definitely criticisable, and I think there's a lot to learn with Sean McDermott, and there's still a lot to do. But I look at how the Bills over the years have been developing. I think this is just the year. It's it. Obviously, if Josh Allen gets hurt, we won.
Yeah, very good team.
But they are the best all-round team for the NFC. I was going to say for the NFC, I'm going to go San Fran. I think the 49ers look very, very good.
The question is, how much has Trey Lance developed?
Yeah, Trey Lance. I think they've made the right call keeping Jimmy for one more season.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I think that clearly they didn't have a lot of value for him. They obviously must have gone around the league. Clearly they weren't. If they got maybe a third or a fourth for him, they obviously thought, well, no, actually, you know what? It's best that we keep him. Yeah. I don't know if Jimmy G is the guy that's going to get you over the hump. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he is that guy. But what Trey Lance offers you, I think, the expectations are going to be massively high. He gives Kyle Shanahan the chance to run more of the kind of offense that he ran in Washington with RG3 and a bit more of a hybrid style offense. Yeah. It's not going to, it's going to be obviously, Kyle Shanahan likes to run the ball. Trey Lance will give him more of that option there as well, with more of a QB option, QB runs and that. And his arm strength is, it's up there. He's got every chance to shine, but
I think he has. Yeah.
I just see those two teams be and also the NFC is as a conference pretty poor.
There's another name I'd like to throw in, which I didn't mention earlier, which I just thought of. I think Phil mentioned it briefly. New Orleans. I think Jameis coming off injury, he was very good before his injury.
Yeah.
Good defense as well.
Very good again.
Very good defense.
Good weapons round. I like Thomas. I like Olave. Jarvis Landry's underrated in the slot. Alvin Kamara.
They're a solid dark horse.
Okay. Reese, you got a dark horse there.
Olave, isn't there as well?
Yeah. Receivers coming out for this draft, and I'm glad Saints picked him because I really like his skill set, especially, is just
Michael Thomas is looking great in training camp as well. So, they've got things ticking at the right time, haven't they?
Cool.
I mean, last year it was just injuries, wasn't it?
Right. Okay, we've got about 15 minutes. I want to sort of wrap. Yeah, I want to wrap this up before we do another one.
Dark horse toss up between Denver and Dallas. As boring as that sounds, Dallas obviously no one wants Dallas.
No, Dallas.
I'm going to be dead boring with the Super Bowl picks, and I'm going to go with the Rams and the Bills.
Okay.
With the Bills to win. My gut says Rams, but my heart kind of says Bills because they've always come that close when they've got there. Yeah. So I kind of want them to have that moment of glory. And my dark horse is a little bit out there, and I'm going to say the Colts.
Good show.
Really?
Matt Ryan. Yeah. Good show. Okay.
That's very interesting.
So there's two things that the NFL seem to underrate, and that's Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, and also Tom Brady. So I am going for the Super Bowl rematch of the Chiefs and the Buccaneers.
Oh God!
I know. I just think the Chiefs defense has improved in the off season. He's still got great receivers. It's still Mahomes, and I think he's just too good not to be at the final dance. And it's Tom Brady, isn't it? It's just what he does. It's fucking boring. I get it. They're old, but there's something about him that gets him to the big game after.
No, I don't think Tampa are going to be that strong. Ryan Jensen's out for the year. The O-line is weak. Tom Brady throughout his career has always had one weakness, and it is only one. And to be fair, interior pressure.
Yeah.
And when that interior pressure comes, you've got Tom Brady, who, whenever he's had to be asked to roll out or escape the pocket laterally, he's been a very below average quarterback. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were fantastic at being able to keep Brady protected and to be able to get the ball out quick. If they can't do that, then I don't see them going very far.
I can just see.
I think with the Bucs, what I think is interesting with the Bucs at the moment is as soon as Tom Brady left, when he retired.
Yeah.
It was like a
3 minutes.
Ship. Yeah, 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
But then
I counted it. It was 3 minutes.
I'm happy he came back. It gives Ben Roethlisberger more of a stage.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Yeah. I'm happy with that because it's set the stage for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. My dark horse, but just to finish off, my dark horse was Miami.
Good shout.
Good target. Again, it's a bit like the Eagles, really. It sort of depends on Tua and how he gets on. But I mean, he's got Waddle.
I don't have faith in that coaching staff.
Yeah,
the coaches don't do anything for me. No.
Like I said, as a dark horse, I think
O-line improved for Tua. So that was awful. That was probably worse than our O-line last season.
Oh, okay.
I think with Dolphins, it's all about injuries, and Dolphins tend to get a lot of injuries.
Are you on about actual Dolphins here or the Miami Dolphins?
The Dolphins got injured.
He watched a documentary about sort of 30 years ago. It had Jim Carrey in it. Can't remember what it was called.
He's on about a psycho kicker.
That's it.
I don't think it's a lot to do with injuries with the Finns this year, because the people who were usually got broken aren't on the team anymore. They've got one or two, but then they shifted a lot of dead weight this season, and they filled those gaps with a lot of but also
how did in the preseason? How did in the game wins? I weren't very following Dolphins as manager, so I'm just curious.
I think Tua looked good in the preseason.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to hinge on
who's the backup?
Oh,
Teddy
it's
Bridgewater.
the guy that drafted Skylar.
Teddy. Yeah, done. Even if Tua goes down, they got Teddy Bridgewater done.
Oh, Teddy.
Even though he's still not reached the giddy heights he should have, I always will shout out Teddy Bridgewater.
I've got a fantasy team, and I've got Tua and Teddy in the same team.
I do like Teddy Bridgewater, to be fair. He's a top quarterback back in his day. It's a shame. He's like the Derrick Rose of the NBA. It's just been ruined by injury. It's a shame with him because he could have been one of the best.
You want to see him do well, but it's just like that injury in Minnesota just changed him forever.
Yeah, absolutely huge. Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Anybody watching the game tonight?
I was thinking about it.
I might do the first quarter.
Phil, did you know Aussie's doing the halftime?
Yeah, I've heard. I know.
Is he?
Yeah.
It's in the halftime show.
They've rolled the crit take for him.
Problem is, though, no doubt we're singing one of his new songs, and his new songs are shit. I mean, I've got massive respect for
Never happy. Never happy.
I know, but it's. I mean, the thing
if he had a lizard, he'd call it Aussie.
That's the actual name of the green lizard on the advert is Aussie.
No idea.
I actually had a dog called Aussie, believe it or not. But yeah, it's Aussie's like Aussie's one of my heroes, like metal and stuff like that. I love him, but to be fair, even though I think like what he's done recently is shit, I love the fact he's still making music with everything he's going on with.
He's like 90.
Well, yeah, he's in his 70s, and he's got Parkinson's.
At the Commonwealth Games, he did look like he'd been wheeled on and just put in that place. It was on Mick Mars levels of being wheeled on stage. I saw Motley Crue years ago, and they unfrozen Mick Mars, put him on stage, and then that was it.
He just had a major operation on his literally a couple months before, it was a life-threatening operation. And he's got Parkinson's, and he still managed to come on stage and rock the shit out of it. I mean, that's full respect. That's just mint.
Not exactly an NFL kind of option, though, is it, Ozzy Osbourne? It's not very safe. The NFL usually they usually like their sort of very, corporate friendly, not controversial. Ozzy Osbourne is not that kind of guy. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of swear words tonight. Which
it'll be miming tonight. There's no question about it.
It's week one. It's not like
I doubt he's going to say much. He's going to go on stage. He's going to sing, and that'll be it.
Yeah. Sharon, me back at
Sharon.
No question. Absolutely no question.
Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. So there will be a game thread tonight if anybody's around. Obviously, for people that are watching this that are new to the group, we've had quite a few newbies come through, as we usually do this time of year. Join us on Sunday for the Steelers game thread. Hurrah!
Going to be emotional.
Bengals, yes. So join. If you don't know what to do, just basically go onto the group and you just go from there. You'll see the big, massive game thread, and people will be in there.
And do not, under any circumstance, write the word "see you next Tuesday."
We'll do.
We're not all Simon.
We'll do the rules.
Not Simon.
I might bring in a no lizards chat as well after this evening. So I'm trying to sort out merchandise again as well. There is a company I'm looking at who are very interested. So and they can basically just do anything really. So hoodies and stuff like that. Obviously get the logo on. So I know I've been saying this for about a year, but hopefully I'll get it sort of sorted in the next few months or so. So that's basically about it. So yeah, just join.
What Jason's basically saying is we've got t-shirts with UKPSF Steelers with Jason's face on the front of the t-shirt.
Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, it's
propaganda.
I already posted yours, Phil. You know that. Cool. So so I think that's about it. Unless anybody's got something to add. No, we're all good. Phil, don't say a word. Yes.
Yeah.
Lee. Put your hand down,
Go Steelers.
Mate.
Go Steelers.
Yeah, it's going to be. Let's just say it's going to be a very interesting season, at least.
Yeah, a lot of unknowns.
I'm dead excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Quickly before we go, because we can do this in 2 minutes. AFC North, number 1. Who's going to get it this year?
Baltimore.
Steelers.
Ravens.
Steelers.
Bengals.
Baltimore.
Listen, 50%
Browns.
of the AFC, 50% of the AFC are going to get into the jungle. Sorry, 50 people.
It's about jungle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 50 people are going to go into the jungle.
Yeah.
25 aren't going to come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing.
I'm going to stop
He's doing
recording
fast
now.
times at Midgemont. See you later, guys. Pleasure.
Right.
As always, guys. Pleasure as always.
Thank you. And if you're watching
Bye.
this, thanks for persevering because it's been a bloody long one. Bye.
Bye.